There is a profound moment of silence right before you open your eyes in the morning. For a split second, you do not remember who you are. You do not remember your name or your age. You do not remember the mistakes you made 10 years ago. You do not remember the money you lost or the people who walked away from you. For that tiny fraction of a second, you are completely free. But then, the memory floods back in like a tidal wave. The heavy weight of your personal history crashes down on your chest. You remember the arguments that remained unresolved. You remember the failures that still sting when you think about them. You remember the timeline of your life and how far behind you feel compared to everyone else. And suddenly the morning does not feel like a gift at all. It feels like a burden that you have to carry for another 12 hours. It feels like you are just picking up the same heavy luggage you put down the night before. I am speaking to you today because I know that feeling intimately. I know the exhaustion of waking up tired, not because of a lack of sleep, but because of a lack of hope. You lie there in the gray light, and you wonder if it is even worth getting up to fight the same battles again. You wonder if you have missed your window of opportunity in this life. You look at the ceiling and you feel a quiet desperation that you are too old, too broken, or too late to change anything meaningful. But I need you to listen to me very closely right now. That feeling is a lie. It is a chemical trick your brain is playing on you based on old data. It is not the truth of your reality. The truth is hidden in a very simple concept that we often ignore because it seems too simple. Every morning you wake up, you get a chance. Not a perfect chance. Not a guaranteed chance, but a chance. A chance to begin again. A chance to do better than you did yesterday. A chance to leave what broke you in the past. A chance to save what you lost along the way. Most of us miss this chance because we are too busy looking backward. We are like drivers staring into the rearview mirror while the car is speeding forward. And when you stare at the rearview mirror for too long, you eventually crash. You cannot drive a car looking backward, and you absolutely cannot live a life looking at yesterday. Let us talk about why this happens to us. Why do we feel so heavy when the sun comes up? It is because we believe that we are the sum total of our past actions. We believe that we are defined by the divorce papers signed 10 years ago. We believe we are defined by the bankruptcy that happened during the recession. We believe we are defined by the harsh words we spoke in anger to someone we loved. We carry these things like heavy stones in a backpack. And every morning, instead of leaving the backpack by the bed, we strap it on tight before our feet even touch the floor. No wonder you are tired all the time. No wonder your back hurts and your spirit feels crushed. You are carrying a lifetime of pain into a day that has not even started yet. But here's the science of the morning reset that you need to understand. Biologically, you are not the same person who went to sleep last night. While you slept, your body was busy repairing itself at a cellular level. Your cells were regenerating and replacing themselves. Your brain was literally washing itself of toxins and reorganizing your memories. You wake up physically new every single day. The problem is that you download the old software into the new hardware. The moment you wake up, your mind searches for familiar patterns. It searches for the worry you had yesterday. It searches for the anxiety about the future. It grabs onto them because they feel familiar and safe in a twisted way. We are addicted to our own suffering because it is comfortable to us. We know who we are when we are the victim. We know who we are when we are the failure. It is scary to be someone new. It is scary to stand in front of a blank page and hold the pen, because a blank page requires courage. A blank page asks you the terrifying question, who do you want to be today? Not who are you yesterday, but who are you right now in this breath? The message that brought you here said something profound. It said every ray of sunlight is not just light. It is the world whispering to you to try again. Have you ever really looked at the sunrise? It is violent and beautiful at the same time. The darkness does not want to leave, but the light forces it away gently and consistently. That is what you must do with your own mind. You must force the darkness of yesterday away with the light of your attention on today. You do not need all the answers to start. This is where most of us get stuck and paralyzed. We think we need a 5-year master plan before we can get out of bed. We think we need to know exactly how we will get out of debt before we pay one bill. We think we need to know exactly how we will fix our marriage before we say one kind word. And because we do not have all the answers, we freeze. We do nothing. But the whisper of the morning does not ask for a plan. It just asks you to show up. Just show up. Those are 2 words that can save your life. You do not need to win the war today. You just need to put your boots on. You just need to drink a glass of water. You just need to make your bed. You just need to walk out the front door and feel the air. Motion creates emotion. When you move, you tell your brain that you are still in the game. Maybe you will fall again. I will not lie to you and say it will be easy. Maybe it will hurt again. Life is difficult, and anyone who tells you otherwise is selling you a fantasy. But maybe, just maybe, you will take one step today that you could not take yesterday. And that one step changes the trajectory of your entire life. Think about a giant ship sailing on the ocean. If the captain turns the wheel just one single degree, it does not look like a big change. But over 1,000 miles, That 1 degree means the difference between landing in a tropical paradise or crashing into the rocks. Today is your 1 degree. You are not your past. I need you to repeat that in your head until you believe it. I am not my past. You are not the mistake you made in 1995. You are not the job you lost in 2008. You are not the person you were when you were angry and confused. You are a process. You are still becoming. At 40, you are becoming. At 50, you are becoming. At 70, you are still becoming. Nature does not stop growing until it dies. A tree does not say, well, I am 50 years old. I guess I will stop growing leaves now. So why do you stop? Why do you decide that your story is finished? The pen is still in your hand. The ink is not dry. The reason you feel pain is that your soul knows you are capable of more. That dissatisfaction you feel is not a curse. It is a signal. It is your potential screaming at you to wake up and live. So breathe. Take a deep breath right now. Feel the air fill your lungs and expand your chest. That breath is a gift. That breath is proof that you are still supported by this universe. If you were done, you would not be breathing. The fact that you are here means there is still work for you to do. There is still love for you to give. There is still joy for you to experience. So how do we do this? How do we actually reset our lives? We start by forgiving the person we were yesterday. You have to forgive yourself. You did the best you could with the knowledge you had at the time. Punishing yourself today will not fix yesterday. It only ruins today. So look in the mirror and say, I forgive you. It sounds strange. It feels awkward, but do it anyway. Release the hostage. And the hostage is you. Once you release yourself, you can look at the day properly. You can look at it as a blank page. Write something real on it. Do not write what you think you should do. Do not write what society expects of you. Write what is true to your heart. Maybe today, writing something real means calling an old friend you have missed. Maybe it means taking a walk in the park and actually looking at the trees. Maybe it means sitting in silence and praying for guidance. Maybe it means applying for that job you think you are not qualified for. Every ray of sunlight is an invitation. It is an invitation to leave what broke you, to leave the heavy expectations of others, to leave the cynical voice in your head that says, why bother? That voice is a liar. That voice is fear dressed up as wisdom. Wisdom says try. Fear says give up. Wisdom says it is possible. Fear says it is too risky. Choose to listen to the whisper of the light, not the shout of the fear. You have survived 100% of your bad days. Think about that statistic. You have been through loss. You have been through heartbreak. You have been through nights where you thought the sun would never rise. But here you are. You are a survivor. You are stronger than you give yourself credit for. But I know you are tired of being strong. I understand that deeply. You do not always have to be strong. Sometimes you just have to be present. Just be here. Feel the weight lifting a little off your shoulders. You do not have to carry the whole world. You just have to carry yourself through this moment. And then the next moment. And then the next. That is how you rebuild a life. Not with a grand announcement on social media. Not with a sudden explosion of success. But with quiet, steady steps in the right direction. With the humble decision to try again. There is a dignity in trying again. There is a quiet nobility in the man or woman who has been knocked down and chooses to stand up one more time. That is true greatness. Greatness is not never falling. Greatness is refusing to stay down. So as you go into this day, I want you to carry this thought with you. This day is yours. It belongs to no one else. It has no history attached to it. It has no failures in it yet. It is pristine and clean. Treat it with respect. Do not pollute it with the mental garbage of the past. Step into it with a sense of wonder. Ask yourself, what if today is the turning point? What if this is the day everything changes? Not because the world changed, but because I changed. Because I decided to stop looking in the rearview mirror. Because I decided to look through the windshield at the road ahead. The road ahead is open. There are bumps, yes. There are turns you cannot see. But there is also scenery you have never imagined. There are people you haven't met yet who are waiting to love you. There are opportunities you haven't seen yet that are waiting to be claimed. But you can only see them if your head is up. You can only see them if your eyes are open. So open your eyes. Really open them. Let the light in. Let the world whisper to you. Let it tell you that you are wanted here. Let it tell you that you are needed here. Because your life matters more than you know. Your story matters. And the best part of your story has not been written yet. The best chapters are the ones where the hero rises from the ashes. This is your rising chapter. This is your morning. Take it. It is yours. Use it to build something beautiful. Use it to be kind to yourself. Use it to be kind to others. And when night comes again, you can lay your head down knowing you truly lived this day. You did not just survive it. You lived it. And that is all any of us can ask for. A chance, a breath, a new beginning. So breathe. Feel the weight lift. And begin. Right now. Begin.